My child, do not ignore this moment. This is your final call tonight. Before you close your eyes, before another hour passes, I am speaking to you with an urgency you have not felt in a long time. You have wondered if I truly see you, if I truly know the storm inside your chest. I tell you now, I have watched every restless night, every anxious thought, every silent scream that never left your lips. Tonight I stretch out my hand once more, and I say to you, answer before your deliverance passes. Whisper this now, even if you are afraid. Lord, I am listening. Those 4 words are the key that opens a door the enemy cannot close. There have been other nights when I called softly, and you were too tired, too distracted, too wounded to respond. I did not condemn you. I waited. But tonight is different. There is a window of deliverance open over you, and I do not want you to sleep through it. You have said, God, give me a clear sign that this is you. This is that sign. I am near. I'm not a faraway idea. I'm the living God speaking directly to you here and now. You have carried a weight for years, guilt, shame, fear, disappointment, and you have told yourself, this is just who I am now. But this is not who I created you to be. You were never meant to live chained to memories that crush your spirit. You were never meant to end each day believing nothing will ever change. Tonight I stand at the threshold of your heart and knock with holy insistence. Say this out loud if you can. I don't want to miss my deliverance. Every time you speak those words, you are breaking agreement with the lie that says, this is permanent, this is my fate. It is not. You are one obedient response away from stepping into a new chapter. Within the next 24 hours, you will see at least one clear sign that confirms this night was not ordinary. A conversation, a message, a shift in your heart, a door that begins to open. Notice it. Recognize it. I'm not playing with your emotions. I'm aligning your destiny. Fear has held your decisions hostage for too long. How many chances have you watched pass by because you were convinced you were not enough, not ready, not worthy? How many times did I nudge you to move, speak, forgive, leave, or start? And you hesitated until the moment slipped away. I am not here to shame you for that hesitation. I am here to rescue you from it. Delay has turned into disappointment again and again, but tonight delay becomes deliverance. Whisper, God, I will not ignore your voice this time. I hear that promise, and I take it seriously. I am not asking you to fix every problem tonight. I am asking you to answer. Answer with your attention. Answer with your heart. Answer by staying until the last word I speak to you. If you do, within the next 3 days, I will show you at least one chain that begins to loosen, an old habit losing its grip, a temptation losing its pull, a fear losing its voice. You often think that I speak loudly only in dramatic miracles, but I am speaking now in this quiet moment through these simple words that are cutting straight through your defenses. Let me in. Breathe in deeply and say inside, Lord, I give you this night. When you do that, heaven leans closer. Angels take their positions around your home. The enemy who has whispered that you are forgotten will hear your surrender and tremble. This is not an ordinary night. This is the night you stop running from my call. This is the night you decide you will no longer live as if you were alone. You asked me for a turning point. I have placed it in front of you. Do not step over it as if it were nothing. Hold on to it. Wrap your fingers around it with faith. My child, there are many voices pulling at your attention every day. Screens, opinions, noise, distractions, but very few carry life to your soul. I am using this small place, this message, this moment, as a mouthpiece to reach you. If what you feel right now is real, if your heart is burning, if your eyes are wet, if your chest is lighter, then honor that. Do not walk away and treat this as something random. Choose to keep this as one of the places where you come to hear me. Save it. Return to it. And if you want my voice to meet you again and again in the days ahead, when you are driving, working, resting, or lying awake at night, then keep the doors open where I am speaking to you. Follow what brings you my words. Subscribe where my voice reaches you, not for the sake of numbers, but so that you do not miss the next time I call your name, and so that countless other wounded hearts just like yours can also find this same lifeline. When you choose to stay close to this stream, you are telling me, Lord, keep talking to me and use this to heal many. I will honor that desire. Tonight is your final call for this season. Answer me, and I will lead you into a deliverance you thought you did not deserve. You have walked through seasons where it felt like everything inside you was collapsing, yet on the outside, you kept moving as if nothing were wrong. You smiled for others while breaking in private. You encouraged friends while secretly wondering if there was any hope left for you. I have seen every one of those days. I have watched how you wake up already tired, how you push through your routine with a heart that feels heavy, how you lie down at night feeling as if another day has slipped through your fingers without real change. Tonight, I am telling you, those days are numbered. This call is not to remind you of your failures. It is to reveal how close you are to a breakthrough you cannot afford to miss. Say this softly: God, I refuse to repeat the same year again. That resolve, placed in my hands, becomes a seed of transformation. You look back and see opportunities you did not take, relationships you stayed in too long, doors you didn't walk through, moments you silenced your own voice to keep others comfortable. You call them lost chances. I call them warnings that I am turning into wisdom. The enemy wants to weaponize your regrets, telling you that you have disqualified yourself forever. But I am the one who knows how to redeem time. You cannot change yesterday, but you can answer me tonight. Delay has hurt you. My silence has confused you. Rejection has bruised you, and yet you are still here. That means hell failed to erase you. Breathe and whisper, if I am still here, God still has a plan. Within this week, you will see at least one evidence that I am reopening doors you thought were sealed forever. You often ask, Lord, why didn't you speak louder? Why didn't you stop me? I did speak. Through that uneasy feeling in your spirit, through that small unrest in your chest, through that friend who worried about you, through those nights when you could not find peace. You did not always recognize it was me. But now, I am speaking so plainly that you cannot mistake it. Tonight my call is clear. Step out of the patterns that have slowly killed your joy. Step away from voices that feed your fear. Step out of compromises that steal your peace. Say this out loud: God, I will not return to what you are delivering me from. As you say it, chains you cannot see begin to crack. There are relationships you clung to that were never meant to carry your destiny. You begged some people to stay who were only meant to be chapters, not the whole book. When they left, you felt worthless, abandoned, defective. But I tell you, rejection was redirection. I pulled certain voices away from you because they were distorting how you saw yourself. They were delaying what I wanted to do through you. Those who walked away from your life walked away from the blessings I was preparing to pour through you. You are not less because they left. You are lighter. Write this somewhere. Those who left did not take my value with them. Indeed, within the next 3 days, I will allow you to see one situation from your past with new clarity, and you will whisper, "Thank you, God, for not letting that stay in my life." You think your heart is too damaged to answer my call. You worry that you will say yes tonight and fail tomorrow. Hear me. I knew every fall before you took your first step, and I still chose you. This final call is not based on your perfection. It is based on my mercy. Your deliverance does not depend on flawless performance. It depends on honest surrender. Say, Lord, I bring you all my fears about failing again. Lay them down. I am not asking you to be strong enough. I am saying, Let my strength be enough for both of us. In the next 24 hours, when you face a familiar temptation to numb your pain the old way, to run back to an unhealthy place, to speak death over yourself, you will feel a new pause inside you. In that pause, you will remember this night. If in that moment you call my name, I will provide a way of escape you have never seen before. My child, this season of endless circling is ending. You will not keep walking around the same mountain for the rest of your life. I brought you here tonight to draw a line. On one side is the old you, controlled by fear, directed by other people's opinions, chasing approval that never satisfies. On the other side is the you I designed, rooted in my love, led by my voice, walking in purpose, free from what once enslaved you. This is why I am so insistent that you answer before your deliverance passes. Not because I love deadlines, but because I see what the enemy intends to plant in the next days if you stay silent. Breathe again and say, Lord, I step onto the side of freedom with you. That step happens first in your heart. The rest of your life will follow. My beloved child, you have spent so much time defining yourself through your wounds that you have almost forgotten who you are in my eyes. You replay your worst moments like a movie, and each time you press play, shame takes the main role. Tonight, I am pressing pause on that movie. I am changing the script. I am calling you by your true identity. Whisper this now. Father, show me who I am to you. At time when I look at you, I do not see the one who failed, the one who was abandoned, the one who always messes up. I see my creation, carefully designed with purpose. I see a heart that still beats with desire to love and be loved, despite everything it has endured. I see someone who is more than their scars, someone whose scars will one day tell stories of victory. Inside you there is a well of beautiful emotions. Compassion that feels other people's pain, loyalty that stays when it would be easier to leave, generosity that loves to give even when you yourself feel empty. These qualities are not weaknesses. They are reflections of my heart. Pain has tried to make you ashamed of them. People have taken advantage of them. But I am reclaiming them tonight. Say this aloud. My sensitivity and love are gifts from God, not mistakes. As those words leave your lips, shame loses its grip on who you are. The enemy wants you hardened and cynical. I want you soft but guarded, loving but wise, open but protected by my presence. You have believed the lie that you are always too much or never enough, too emotional, too quiet, too intense, too simple, too complicated. So you have tried to shrink, to hide, to adjust yourself, to make others comfortable. But trying to be less than what I created you to be has only made you more tired. Tonight, I call you back to your full size in my design. Write this if you can. I am exactly who God designed me to be, and He will shape what needs to change. I do not ask you to fit in. I ask you to be faithful. Faithful to me, faithful to the light I placed inside you. There is a calling over your life that goes beyond survival. You are not here just to endure, pay bills, and die. I have chosen you to lead, to lift, to encourage, to intercede, to shine. Maybe not on a stage, but in your home, in your workplace, in your friendships, in quiet corners where few are watching but heaven is paying full attention. The storms you have survived were not random cruelty. They were forging the heart of a champion. Say softly, Lord, use my story for something greater than my pain. I will. The very nights that nearly broke you will become the testimony that brings freedom to others. You fear that if you step into this identity, people will resist, misunderstand, or try to pull you back to the old version of yourself. Some will. They are comfortable with the version of you that apologizes for existing, that keeps quiet, that accepts less than what I promised. But I'm not calling you to live for their comfort. I am calling you to live for my pleasure. Whisper, I choose your approval over theirs. That decision, repeated day after day, will set you free from the invisible chains of opinion and comparison. Within this week, there will be a moment when you catch yourself acting from your old identity, perhaps apologizing for everything, saying yes when you mean no, speaking harshly to yourself in your thoughts. In that moment, my spirit will nudge you. You will remember this night, and you will choose differently. You might correct your words. You might set a small boundary. You might extend kindness to yourself instead of punishment. That choice will be a holy rebellion against the lies that have shaped you. It will be another step into the identity I have been guarding for you. My child, I am not only calling you out of something, I am calling you into something, into a life where you walk as someone forgiven, not condemned, as someone equipped, not lacking, as someone loved, not tolerated, as someone sent, not ignored. Breathe in my love and say, I am not who my past says I am who my Father says I am. Let this sentence echo in your mind when you wake, when you work, when you feel weak. Every time you choose to believe it, the grip of old labels breaks a little more. This is why tonight's call matters so much. If you ignore it, you will continue building your future on an identity that was never true. If you answer it, you will begin to live as the person I saw when I first imagined you. Answer before your deliverance passes, my child, not out of fear of me, but out of fear of remaining in a version of yourself that does not carry the fullness of my love. I am ready to walk with you into who you truly are. Take my hand, say yes in your heart, and as you do, know this: heaven celebrates, hell trembles, and your story shifts course tonight. My child, I'm stepping now into the story of your house, your bloodline, your family. This final call tonight is not only for you as an individual, it is also for those whose names live inside your heart. I see what happens behind closed doors. I see the tension that rises over small things because deeper wounds have never been healed. I see the unspoken resentments, the repeated arguments, the way some nights end in silence that feels heavier than shouting. You have wondered, will my family ever truly change? Will peace ever live under this roof? Hear me. Tonight, I am extending my hand over your home and saying, answer before your deliverance passes from this house. Whisper this now: Lord, I open the door of my home to you. As you say it, you are not just making a wish. You are signing a spiritual invitation that demons cannot override. You have tried to hold everything together by yourself. You have swallowed words to avoid fights. You have dried your tears in the bathroom so no one would worry. You have carried a secret fear that things will fall apart if you ever stop trying so hard. But I did not call you to be the savior of your family. That title belongs to me alone. You are not meant to carry the weight of everyone's choices on your shoulders. Say out loud, even if quietly, Jesus, I give you my family. As these words leave your lips, I begin to lift burdens you were never created to bear. I send my angels to stand at the corners of your home. I touch the air in your rooms. I soften hearts that have grown hard from years of disappointment. There have been words spoken in your house that should never have been spoken, insults thrown in anger, threats muttered in frustration, curses said half as a joke but rooted in real bitterness. Those words did not simply vanish. They sat over the atmosphere like dark clouds. Tonight, I am clearing that sky. Say softly, in your name, Jesus, I cancel every destructive word spoken over my home. I hear it. Heaven records it. As you declare it, those heavy clouds begin to tear. Within the next 3 days, you will notice a small but real change, an argument that usually explodes but ends earlier than normal, a conversation that feels more honest, a moment of laughter where there used to be only tension. That moment will be a sign that my cleansing has begun. You worry about the safety and future of those you love. You stay awake imagining worst-case scenarios, replaying what-ifs that wear you out. You look at some of your loved ones and think, they are so far from God. Is there still hope? Let me answer you plainly, yes. As long as I am on the throne, there is hope. My reach is longer than any distance they try to run. Say this with faith, Lord, I give you permission to chase the hearts of my family. I'm already doing it, through situations, through people they meet, through thoughts that visit them when they lie in bed and stare at the ceiling. Do not confuse my patience with absence. I'm working even when they seem unchanged. There are also influences that have tried to infiltrate your home, voices that normalize darkness, entertainment that invites confusion, people who consistently bring gossip, fear, and division. You have felt uneasy about some of these things but brushed it aside. Tonight, as part of this final call, I'm giving you discernment. Whisper, Holy Spirit, show me what needs to leave my home. I will. Over the next week, I will highlight specific things, certain conversations, objects, habits, media, or relationships that constantly drag the atmosphere down. When I show them to you, do not be afraid to act. Removing them is not legalism, it is protection. Your home is meant to be a refuge, not a dumping ground for spiritual garbage. I want your house to be filled with my presence, where children feel safe, where adults can breathe, where my name is honored not only in words but in attitudes. This does not mean there will never be disagreements, but it means even disagreements will be wrapped in respect. It means that apologies will not be rare. It means that forgiveness will not be a stranger. Take a slow breath and say, Lord, make my home a place of your peace. Each time you speak that, you are building a spiritual wall brick by brick. Within this month, you will look back and notice that the emotional climate of your home is not the same as it once was. That will not be luck. It will be the fruit of this night. My child, part of answering this final call is choosing to be the first in your house to respond to me. Others may take longer. Some may resist at first. Do not let that discourage you. When I began great changes in families throughout history, I often started with one person who said, Yes, you are that person now. You are the doorway I am using. When you choose forgiveness, you open space for me. When you choose prayer instead of gossip, you open space for me. When you bless your home, room by room, you open space for me. Say this out loud as a declaration. As for me, I will answer God's call tonight for myself and for my house. The echo of that declaration will travel into the generations after you. You are not only fighting for your own heart, you are fighting for those who will come after you, so they do not have to break the same chains you are breaking now. Beloved child, I know the question that lives beneath all your questions. What will actually change if I answer this call? What will I really see? You are tired of vague hope. You long for something you can notice, measure, and remember. I'm not offended by that desire. I made you with eyes to see my goodness in the land of the living. So listen carefully. If you answer me tonight, if you truly surrender this season of your life into my hands, you will see tangible signs of deliverance. Not a perfect life, not a life without struggle, but a life where my hand becomes visible in ways you cannot deny. Say this now. Lord, help me recognize the evidence of your deliverance. That prayer opens your eyes. Within 24 hours, I will give you a first sign. It may seem small to others, but it will speak loudly to you. A message that arrives at the right moment. A worry that loses its grip. A bill settled in an unexpected way. A conversation that brings clarity where there was confusion. When it happens, pause and say, I see you, Lord. That acknowledgement turns a moment into a marker. It becomes a stone of remembrance in your story. Within 3 days, there will be another sign. Something that shows me rearranging what you could not rearrange. A closed door that begins to open. A negative pattern that begins to break. A person who treated you coldly, suddenly softening. Or an opportunity appearing that aligns with what I have been whispering to your heart. These are not random. They are the early fruits of a deliverance you chose not to miss. You have been worried about finances, about practical needs, about the weight of daily responsibilities. You have wondered, will I always live right at the edge, fearing the next expense? Hear me. I am your provider. I am not promising a life of luxury, but I am promising faithful provision as you walk in obedience. Say this aloud with faith. My source is God, not circumstance. Over the coming weeks, I will guide you into wiser decisions, new ideas, and unexpected favor. There will be opportunities to earn, save, or be helped that you did not plan for. Some will be small, some significant. Do not despise the small ones. They are part of a larger pattern. Write this if you can. God is teaching me to live delivered from the fear of lack. As you act with integrity, generosity, and wisdom, you will see my hand stretching what you have and multiplying what you sow. Your emotional world will also begin to show clear change. The heaviness that has followed you for years will not vanish in one night, but it will start to loosen. This week, you will notice times when the sadness tries to settle on you, and instead of sinking fully, you will feel a new strength rise, a quiet inner voice saying, "No, we are not going back there. That is me." When anxiety starts to climb, remember what I taught you. Pause, breathe, call my name. Do it intentionally. Inhale and say, "Jesus, you are here." Exhale and say, "I am safe in you." As you practice this, the attacks that once overwhelmed you will shorten and soften. They will not define your days the way they used to. I also promise to work in your relationships. You have asked me to heal connections that matter to you and to remove those that are poison to your soul. I have heard every request. This month, you will see at least one relationship move noticeably, toward healing or toward distance, depending on what is best for your spirit. Do not cling to what I am clearly moving away, and do not resist the humility I ask from you in bonds I am rebuilding. Deliverance is not only from demons and addictions, it is also from patterns of relating that constantly wound you. Say this: Lord, deliver me from relationships that block your purpose in my life. And I will answer that prayer gently but firmly. You are also wondering about your purpose. You feel the tug to do more than simply survive, yet you are unsure where to start. Know this: answering my call tonight is part of stepping into your assignment. As I free you, I will use you to point others toward freedom. In the coming season, I will awaken desires and dreams you thought were dead. Ideas to serve, create, lead, pray, speak, or build. At first, they may terrify you. You will think, "Who am I to do this?" Remember then what I say now. Your qualifications are not found in your past. They are found in my presence. Whisper, "Lord, if this desire is from you, confirm it and prepare me." I will. I will bring mentors, scriptures, confirmations, and opportunities at the right pace. You will not be thrown into deep waters without my hand under you. Child, I am not promising that you will wake up tomorrow with all problems solved. I am promising that if you answer me tonight, you will no longer walk through those problems alone, and you will begin to see evidence of my action in your real life, on your calendar, in your bank account, in your body, in your home, in your thoughts. This is deliverance that can be seen. This is why it matters that you do not sleep through this call. Breathe one more time and say, "I choose to expect real change from a real God." Hope is not a trap when it is placed in me. It is an anchor. My child, as this message nears its end, my call over you does not fade. It becomes even more personal. This is your final call tonight, but it is not my final call over your life. I will continue to speak tomorrow, next week, next month. Yet this night is set apart. This is the night where you chose to listen, where you allowed my words to reach places in you that no one sees. I want you to remember this night as the night your story turned. Say softly, Lord, let this night be a holy marker in my journey. I am already writing it into your history. You may still feel a mix of emotions, relief, fear, hope, uncertainty. That is normal when someone steps into a new chapter. What matters is not that you feel strong. What matters is that you stay connected. Do not treat these minutes as a one-time escape from pain. Treat them as the opening of a relationship you will nurture. When you wake up tomorrow, I will be there. When you go about your routine, I will be there. When the old temptations, old thoughts, and old patterns knock again, I will be standing with you on the inside asking, will you answer me again in this moment? Whisper now, Jesus, help me to keep saying yes. That is how deliverance becomes a lifestyle, not just an event. I want you to build small, daily altars in your life, moments where you deliberately turn your attention to me. They can be simple. A quiet minute before you check your phone, a silent prayer in the car, a whispered thank you through the day, a scripture read before sleep. In those moments, I will remind you of what I said tonight. I will strengthen you when you feel weak. I will correct you when you drift. I will comfort you when you ache. If this message has been a place where your heart finally felt seen, do not abandon it. Return when the weight feels too heavy. Let these words wash over you again, and seek out every place where my voice is clear and true in your life. Stay close to those streams as you keep them near by saving, returning, sharing. You are not just blessing others. You are setting up a network of reminders so that when your strength is low, my word will still find you. You worry that you will forget this feeling. You fear that after a few days, everything will go back to the way it was. Hear me. I am more faithful than your emotions. Even when you feel distant, I will still be working. Even when you fail, I will still be calling. Deliverance is not destroyed by one bad day. It is built and reinforced day after day as you keep coming back to me. Say this aloud. I may stumble, but I will not go back to living without God. Let that be your stance. When shame tries to drag you away, remember, I am the one who knew every stumble and still offered this final call tonight. Come back quickly. Do not hide. Before you sleep, give me everything. Place your hand on your heart and say, Lord, I place my past, my present, my future, my family, and my deliverance in your hands. Feel the weight lifting as you speak. You do not have to figure out every detail. You simply have to stay in my hand. I have walked you through valleys you thought would kill you. I will now walk you into fields of peace you never believed you could experience. Your tears are not wasted. Your waiting is not forgotten. Your prayers have not bounced off the ceiling. They have reached my throne. I want you to picture tomorrow morning. The alarm goes off. Maybe you still feel tired. Maybe the circumstances around you look the same. But something will be different. You will know that heaven has heard you. You will carry an invisible strength you did not have before. When fear comes, you will have words to answer it. When discouragement tries to sit on your chest, you will remember, this is not the end of my story. I answered God's call, and He is leading me. Smile, even if it's small, and say, a new chapter with God has begun for me. That smile, born from faith, not from circumstances, will be a prophecy over your own life. My beloved child, I am proud of you for staying to listen. Many scroll past my whispers. You stayed. That matters. My eyes are on you. My hand is over you. My angels are around you. As you close your eyes after this, do it not in despair, but in trust. I will watch over your sleep. I will protect your soul. I will continue the work I started tonight, deep inside your mind, your memories, your body, and your spirit. When you wake, I will still be here. When you lay down again tomorrow, I will still be here. I am the God who does not clock out when the video ends. This is your final call tonight, my child. You have answered by listening, by opening your heart, by agreeing with my words. Now walk in that answer, guard it, Return to it. Share it with those who are drowning in the same waters you were in. Let them know that there is a God who still calls, still delivers, still heals, still restores. I love you with an everlasting love. I will not let your deliverance pass you by. I have caught it in my hands and placed it over your life. Rest now in the shadow of my wings, knowing that you are seen, you are chosen, you are protected, and you are free to begin again with me.